My boyfriend dumped me with a birthday card. Now we're co-parents. So, buckle up, because this one's a doozy. So picture this, it's my birthday. I'm pregnant, surprise, Justin, you absolute dumpster fire of a man, and I've been planning this Hallmark movie-style reveal at the party we were hosting in our apartment. Balloons, cake, friends, laughter, yeah, all that Pinterest core nonsense. Instead of the magical, we're having a baby, announcement I imagined, my boyfriend of 3 years, 3F ***ing years ***, decides to clink his glass, get everyone's attention, and hand me a little wrapped box like he's Prince Charming about to propose. My heart nearly exploded. For one split second, I thought, oh my god, he's about to propose, do I announce the pregnancy after or before the champagne? Yeah. Turns out the gift wasn't a ring. Inside was a folded note. It read, I'm leaving you. You're useless. I deserve better. Cue my face doing the Windows XP error screen. This man, this absolute coward in a discount button-up, stood there smirking like he'd just dropped the hottest mixtape of 2023. Then he announced to the room, in his big theater kid voice, that we were over. And then he laughed. Laughed. Like this was amateur night at the comedy club and humiliating me in front of friends was his set. Half the room actually laughed too, because they thought it was a joke. Spoiler, it wasn't. He strutted out the front door like the villain in a bad Netflix teen drama, leaving me holding the note and my dignity by a string. Everyone looked at me like I was supposed to faint or start crying in slow motion. But I didn't. I smiled. Because Justin didn't know a single goddamn thing. He didn't know I was pregnant. He didn't know I'd found his secret credit card statements with hotel bills and jewelry I never saw. He didn't know I'd already seen the texts on his Apple Watch. Pro tip, if you're gonna cheat, maybe don't leave your watch unlocked in the shower, genius. And he sure as hell didn't know that I'm not the type of woman who crumbles. I'm the type who plans. So yeah. I smiled. I cut the birthday cake. I handed out slices like it was a funeral reception instead of a party, and watched Maria, oh, sweet Maria, my friend, suddenly feel too sick to stay. Wonder why. When everyone left, Barbara, my ride-or-die best friend, stayed. That's when I finally broke. Told her about the pregnancy, the affair I suspected, all the receipts I'd collected like a deranged scrapbooker of betrayal. She didn't flinch. Just said, you can be scary sometimes when you get that look in your eye. Damn right I can. That night, I promised 2 things. To my unborn child, that I'd give them a safe, stable home no matter what. To myself, that Justin would regret ever thinking he could humiliate me. He thought he'd ended the story with that note. But here's the thing, I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts while folding laundry. If there's one thing they teach you, it's this: the best revenge isn't loud. It's patient. It's strategic. And oh, buddy, I've got both in spades. Stay tuned, because Justin's little grand exit didn't go the way he thought it would. Spoiler, his shiny new fling wasn't a surprise. And let's just say his life went downhill faster than a Tesla on fire. So after Justin's little Broadway exit at my birthday party, we eventually met up at this coffee shop because apparently the man had things to discuss. Spoiler, those things weren't an apology or closure, but more like a panicked financial audit disguised as romance. He started with denials so flimsy they could have doubled as cling film. I cut him off mid-ramble and laid out the receipts: Maria, the hotel charges, the jewelry. Yes, Justin, I know about your secret credit card. Yes, I know you spent rent money to buy your side chick shiny trinkets. Yes, I know you suck at crime. He deflated like a party balloon 2 days after the event, still half floating in the corner but sad and wrinkled. He tried the old, "it's not what you think" line, but I wasn't in the mood for improv theater. I told him, Saturday. 2 p.m. Aaron will be here to supervise while you pick up your crap. After that, contact goes through my lawyer. The word lawyer made him squeak like a terrified mouse. Suddenly, he was all, we don't need lawyers, babe, we can work this out. No, Justin. We are well past the talk it out stage. You humiliated me at my birthday party. That's not a rough patch, that's a nuclear bomb. Then came the wrist grab, because apparently he thinks he's starring in a bad K-drama. Not hard, but desperate. He begged to know how I'd afford the apartment alone since my job barely covered half the rent. That's when the light bulb went off. Oh. He wasn't worried about me. He was worried about losing his free ride. Turns out Prince Charming had been living off my useless income for a while. He'd been hemorrhaging money, presenting himself to Maria as Mr. Provider, while quietly depending on me to keep the lights on. Cute, right? I smiled sweetly and told him, unlike some people, I actually save money instead of spending it on hotel rooms and jewelry. His face drained of color faster than a printer out of toner. I left that coffee shop lighter than I'd felt in weeks. For once, I didn't feel like I was losing something. I felt like I'd just taken out the trash. Saturday rolled around. Aaron supervised the pickup, thank you, ride or die, while I went to prenatal yoga. Pro tip, highly recommend prenatal yoga if you ever need to zen out from your cheating ex trying to reclaim his PlayStation. When I came back, the apartment was emptier, but more mine. I rearranged the furniture that night like I was reclaiming territory after a war. The weeks passed. Work, vitamins, doctor appointments. Life was calmer. Meanwhile, through Sergio's cousin's roommate's grapevine, I heard Justin and Maria were already fighting in public like a Jerry Springer audition tape. Apparently, Maria wasn't thrilled to discover that her shiny new man had the financial stability of a Jenga tower. Color me shocked. Then came the first real awkward run-in. Grocery store. I bumped carts with Maria. She looked like she'd seen a ghost, then tried to muster some defiance. She said I looked good. I told her she looked tired. She did. She had the same stressed-out look Justin wore when I confronted him. She confessed Justin told her we were basically done when they got together, just waiting for the lease to end. I raised an eyebrow. Said nothing. She stammered some pseudo-apology like, I wouldn't have gotten involved if I'd known, sure, January. I told her none of it mattered now, she had him, congrats, enjoy. As I walked away, she blurted that he wasn't what she thought, that he promised things he couldn't deliver. I turned back, looked her dead in the eye, and said, sounds like a personal problem. Then left. Fast forward a few weeks. I started showing. Little bump. I decided it was time to stop hiding. Told my boss, who was a saint and offered flexible hours, then friends and family. Word spread. I knew it would eventually reach Justin. I didn't care. This baby was happening, with or without him. 7 weeks post-breakup, Justin started blowing up my phone. Is it true? Are you pregnant? Why didn't you tell me? We need to talk immediately. Answer your phone. This involves me too. Cute. I ignored him. Not out of spite, just didn't know what to say. He escalated, I have rights. You can't keep my child from me. Call me back or I'm coming over. That last one got a reply. I told him, don't show up uninvited, or I'll call the police. We'll talk when I'm ready. 2 days of silence. Then, pounding on my door at 11 p.m. Not knocking. Pounding. His voice, slurred but unmistakable, Lily, open up. We need to talk about our baby. I froze. Do I call the cops? Aaron? Hide. Then I heard it. Crying. Actual crying. Justin was outside my door, drunk, alternating between begging and demanding. Through the door, I told him, yes, I'm pregnant. 18 weeks. Yes, it's yours. No, this isn't how we're doing this. He banged his head or fist on the door and muttered Maria had left him. That she said he lied about everything. Deja vu, anyone? I told him we'd talk tomorrow. Cafe on Main Street. 10 a.m. sober. Or it's over. He agreed. For once, he did something semi-responsible and called a ride. Before bed, he texted, I'm sorry for everything. For the party. For the note. For tonight. I'll make it right somehow. I didn't reply. Because here's the thing, words are Justin's favorite toy. He's always been good with words. But this time, I needed actions. So yeah, life really loves a good plot twist. 1 minute I'm getting ambushed by a Hallmark breakup note in a birthday gift bag, the next I'm sitting across from Maria, a woman who once thought I was just the crazy girlfriend holding Justin back, and we're bonding over tea about how we both got conned by a guy whose only real talent was lying and blaming everyone else for his problems. Maria actually apologized. Like, a real apology. Not the corporate PR, we regret your inconvenience, kind, but an actual, painful acknowledgement that she helped shatter my life because she believed Justin's, I'm basically single, routine. The irony? Turns out he was cheating on her, too. Imagine my surprise, the guy who couldn't even stay faithful to a Netflix subscription couldn't stay faithful to women. Then she casually drops, oh, by the way, Justin lost his job 2 weeks ago. Thought you should know, since child support might be affected. And I swear, I almost ordered her a congratulatory cake for spilling that tea. Cut to later, doorbell rings. Peephole check, always check the peephole, Reddit. It's Justin. Sober, but looking like he'd been mugged by life itself. He launches into a rant about how his job loss was a conspiracy, bro thinks HR is the Illuminati, then gets weirdly suspicious about me seeing Maria. His face tried for casual indifference, but landed somewhere between constipation and trying not to fart in public. He spiraled into you're all conspiring against me territory before I reminded him, no, buddy. You did this. Actions have consequences. Google it. He actually broke down, not the cinematic tears type, more like soggy paper towel crumpling under stress. For a flicker of a moment, I felt the old reflex to comfort him. Then I remembered the birthday card, you're useless. I deserve better. Yeah, no Hallmark moment happening here. Instead, I gave him 2 choices. Keep whining, lose everything. Step up, grow up, and stop being a discount soap opera villain. Shockingly, he listened. Like, actually listened. No excuses, no gaslighting, just listening. Later, he even started asking thoughtful questions about the baby. Real ones, not, so, does it like music? And for the first time, I realized, I felt nothing romantic for him anymore. Just a cautious hope that he might not totally screw up co-parenting. Fast forward, Justin got a new job, worse pay, but hey, at least he's not selling plasma yet. Signed the child support agreement. Even joined a parenting class. My jaw dropped so hard it's still recovering. At 7 months, he even sent me a journal with a note, you were never useless. I was just too self-absorbed to see your value. Cute, but apologies don't get gold stars. I used the journal anyway, mostly to document the chaos for my future kid. And then, baby Zoe arrived. 32 hours of labor, don't recommend, a giant teddy bear from Justin that took up half my hospital room, and Barbara basically being my emotional coach while Justin hovered like a confused intern. When they handed me Zoe, I realized, all the pain, betrayal, and chaos led me to this. Worth it. Every damn step. Now Zoe's here, my apartment is a baby gear jungle, and Justin is, shockingly functional. 3 visits a week, diapers, sometimes even useful stuff like researching remedies for clogged milk ducts. Google is his new therapist, apparently. He's still Justin, but a slightly upgraded patch version. Maria. Saw her with some guy who calls her, babe, every 3 seconds. Good luck with that, sis. Me. I'm working part-time from home thanks to a hookup from Sergio, repainting my apartment in colors that don't scream, emotional hostage situation, and, oh yeah, casually talking to Eli, my grocery delivery guy turned potential plot twist. He's kind, funny, and doesn't think therapy is paying to whine, which already makes him more evolved than Justin ever was. Yesterday was my birthday. 1 year since the infamous breakup note. This time, I was surrounded by people who actually give a damn about me, my baby asleep in her bassinet, and a life I rebuilt from the ashes. Justin even dropped off a birthstone bracelet for Zoe, surprisingly thoughtful, but he didn't stay. And honestly, that was perfect. Because here's the truth, Reddit, sometimes the worst moment of your life, like being dumped via Hallmark card at your own party, is just the prologue to something better. Pain breaks you. But rebuilding? That makes you bulletproof. Oh, and for those asking about the giant teddy bear. It's currently doubling as a baby barricade so I can pee in peace. So I guess Justin finally did contribute something useful after all.